India has once again found itself under the spotlight of a major global trade investigation. The United States has launched a sweeping probe into dozens of economies around the world, and India is among the countries now under scrutiny. The investigation has been initiated by the Office of Jamieson Greer under the powerful Section 301 provision of the Trade Act of 1974. This law allows Washington to investigate what it believes are unfair trade practices that harm American businesses and workers. In total, around 60 economies are part of this investigation. The list includes countries such as China, Pakistan, Russia, Bangladesh, and Thailand, along with India. The probe will examine whether these governments have taken sufficient steps to prevent goods produced using forced labor from entering their markets. According to the US administration, the concern is not just about labor standards. Officials also want to understand whether weak enforcement in other countries allows goods produced with forced labor to enter global supply chains and eventually affect American industries. This development comes at a sensitive moment in global trade politics. The investigation follows a recent legal setback for the administration of Donald Trump. Earlier, the US Supreme Court struck down several sweeping tariffs imposed on multiple countries. Now, Washington appears to be looking for alternative legal routes to reintroduce trade pressure. Alongside the forced labor probe, the US has also launched a separate investigation into manufacturing practices in 16 economies, including India, to determine whether their industrial policies are creating excess production that harms American companies. In simple terms, the US argument is that some countries are producing more goods than global demand requires. These goods, often supported by government policies or subsidies, may then flood international markets at lower prices. For India, this new probe does not automatically mean penalties or tariffs. Investigations under Section 301 usually begin with consultations and hearings. In this case, the US Trade Representative's Office is expected to hold hearings in April to examine evidence and gather views from stakeholders. But the stakes are high. Section 301 investigations have historically been used by Washington to justify tariffs, trade restrictions, or other economic measures against trading partners. Trade experts say the move could open another chapter in global trade tensions. India and the United States are major economic partners with billions of dollars in annual trade. At the same time, Washington has been tightening scrutiny of global supply chains, especially in sectors where labor standards and manufacturing capacity are under question. From India's perspective, the key issue will be how the investigation unfolds and whether it eventually leads to tariffs or other trade barriers. For now, the probe marks another reminder that the global trade landscape is becoming more competitive and more political. And as major powers push to protect their industries and jobs, countries like India may increasingly find themselves navigating a complex web of economic diplomacy.